guys, Nicole here and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to film a holiday inspired look and this is what I came up with. So one of my really good friends gifted me the Urban Decay Moonstone palette for Christmas. My good friend Sandra gifted me this and right away when I opened my gift I was so excited. This palette is so gorgeous. I love all the shades in it. It's such an easy way to apply glitter. Like, look at all these shades. I can just think of all these different looks in my head and how to incorporate these glitters in my crease. But today I wanted to focus on a holiday inspired look and I used the shade Element to do this. I'm so excited to show you guys how to do this. So if you guys want to know how I got this look, just keep on watching. Thank you so much for tuning in and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet and like this video if you like it. I hope everyone's having a great holiday. Bye! Okay, so starting off, I'm going to start by moisturizing my face, and today I'm using my Clinique Moisture Surge to do so. Alright, so now I'm going to add my Too Faced Hangover Primer, and I use this primer as a moisturizer just when I feel like my skin is a little bit too dry, because I feel like it acts more as a moisturizer than a primer. So I like to mix it in after I put on my regular moisturizer. So I just got the Bye Bye Under Eye by IT Cosmetics, and to be honest I was a little bit skeptical about this product, but the first time I used it I put on way too much product, and a little product goes a long way with this concealer. I'll show you the before and after. It makes a world of a difference in my opinion. And I apply that with a concealer brush and then I buff it in with my my Real Techniques sponge. Okay, so now moving on to primer. As I said before, I used the Hangover Primer as a moisturizer, so I didn't really prime my face. And I'm just going to go in with my favorite primer, which is my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And I'm just going to add that before adding in my foundation. Alright, so now I'm going to be mixing my two favorite foundations, which are Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation in the color Light Bisque and my Makeup Forever foundation that is way too dark for my skin. So I just mixed them on the back of my hand and I'm using my Smashbox foundation brush to apply it to my face. I'm just going to paint it all on my face, and then afterwards I'm going to take my Real Techniques beauty sponge and kind of just blend everything in onto my skin. Alright, so now I'm taking this new Clinique Moisture Surge face spray and I'm just going to be spraying that on my face to blend in my foundation. You can use another facial spray if you have one, like Rose Water Works or the MAC Fix Plus, whatever your preference is. You don't have to use exactly this one. And I'm still testing out if I like this or not. And then just to do a little bit more blending, I go in with my NYX multi-purpose brush and I just pat everything, all the product onto my face. And just to do a little bit of highlighting, I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape to highlight my under eyes, and I'm just going to be placing that right under my eyes. And I'm using my Real Techniques sponge to blend it all out. And I forgot to show the product for this step, but I'm not using my Laura Mercier translucent powder to bake in this video. I'm using my Clinique setting powder because I ran out of my Laura Mercier. But this is a great option, and it's kind of a dupe because it's a lot cheaper than the Laura Mercier, and I've tried it out for the past week and I've really liked it. Alright, so now to prime my eyes, because I couldn't really find any eyeshadow primer next to me, so I'm going to use my concealer. I'm using a MAC concealer to do so, and I'm just going to be taking a small little concealer detail brush and adding that on my eyelids. Okay, so now I'm going to be setting that concealer with this Tarte shade in Ambitious, and I'm just going to be adding that with a blending brush. Okay, so for my transition shade, I'm going to be using Red Ochre from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just going to be kind of creating a halo eye with this shade. So I'm taking this Sigma E38 brush and just blending my eyeshadow in windshield wiper motions like I usually do, and then I'm just going to take it all the way into the inner corner, all the way to the outer corner, and just smoking out the ends of my eyes. I'm going to be dipping in 2 shades in the Modern Renaissance palette, and it's going to be Red Ochre and Venetian Red. So I'm just going to be going back and forth with those 2 shades. And the same thing for the other eye, just creating that cut crease halo eye from the inner corner all the way to my outer corner. And I try to zoom you guys in as much as I could so you can kind of see what I'm doing. It doesn't have to be perfect because you can just clean it up if it kind of gets too far out, or it kind of just transfers over to your face. But if you do have fallout, as you can tell, like I still have powder on my face, so what I like to do is add the bake and leave the bake there, so all the fallout from the eyeshadows, if they do transfer to my face, once I wipe off the bake, they're not going to be there anymore. So that's just a tip to do if you're worried about fallout. And now I'm going to be cutting my crease, and to cut my crease I'm using a little Real Techniques concealer detail brush, and I'm going to be adding some concealer. I use my Tarte Shape Tape to do cut creases most of the time, but any concealer that you like works. But I just find the Tarte Shape Tape to be really easy to work with when I'm cutting my crease, and then I just kind of create like a blank surface for the shimmer shade that I'm going to go into after I'm done. And after I'm done doing that, I'm going to set the concealer with just like a regular light shade. I'm pretty sure that I used Ambitious for this to do so. And after I am done doing that, I'm going to do a little bit more blending. I'm going to pick up some Red Ochre and Venetian Red to mix in together and just add it on the outer corners of my eye and smoke out that halo eye a little bit more. So since I am adding a sort of glitter on my crease or my lid, I am going to go in with some NYX glitter primer, and I'm just going to be adding that right where I put the concealer, just to make the glitter stick on and to make it stand out. I do feel like this makes a difference. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the shade Element in the Moonstone palette. Again, thank you so much, Sandra, for gifting me this. I love it. So I'm going to be taking a packing brush and picking up that shade element and adding it right to my crease. And I'm going to be packing it in little by little because I really want the glitter to stand out. And I'm just going to be taking my time to make sure that it is right on the crease of my eye, and it creates a really pretty kind of halo eye that transfers from the reds that I use from the Modern Renaissance palette to the glitter that I'm using from the Urban Decay palette. And with shades like this, I really suggest the baking trick because, I mean, it's glitter, so fallout is kind of bound to happen. So I just suggest that for people, or going in with your eyeshadow before putting in your foundation, but I like to do my face first. So after that, I'm going to be taking a blending brush and then just blending all the other red colors out to make it more smoky. I'm just going to be dipping in my brush into a little bit more red ochre and a little bit more Venetian red. So I did my eyeliner off camera, and I'm just going to be doing a little bit more blending here. So now I'm going to be highlighting my brow bone, and I'm going to be taking the shade Premier from the palette and just adding that to my brow bone. Okay, so now taking a MAC eyeliner brush, I'm just going to be dipping in those colors that I use for my transitions on my lid and adding them to my waterline, and those shades are the Venetian red and the red ochre. So I'm just going to be mixing those two and just adding those on my waterline. Now I'm going to take a smudging brush and then just kind of smudge everything on my waterline to make it a little bit more smoky. And then here I'm just adding some mascara to my lower lashes, and I'm using my favorite mascara, which is the L'Oreal Telescopic. Honestly, this is my favorite mascara. It tops every high-end, every drugstore, in my opinion. Alright, so now I wiped away that bake that I had before, and I'm going to go in with my Cover FX Custom Drops, and I'm just going to be adding that on the back of my hand because this product is really pigmented and I don't want to add too much. So I added some of the product to the back of my hand, and I picked it up with my Real Technique sponge, and I'm just gonna add it on the high points of my face before going with my powder highlight. Okay, so now I'm taking my NYX multi-purpose brush and I'm just gonna be seeping those drops into my face, and then afterwards I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Cocoa Butter powder, and I'm gonna be taking that same multi-purpose brush and then just adding it to my T-zone and anywhere I want to set my makeup. So basically almost on my face. And now it's time for some bronzer, and I'm going to go in with my Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I'm just going to be taking a NYX contour brush and I'm just going to be adding it where I usually contour. That's where I like to bronze. I don't bronze my entire face, but I like when I contour the sides of my face near my ears and my forehead. And now I'm going to highlight. I'm using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and I'm using in the shade Moonstone. Yeah, the shade Moonstone. And I'm going just to add that right on top of where I placed my Cover FX drops. And now for blush, I'm using this blush that came in this bronzer package from MAC. Unfortunately, this was a limited release and they don't sell it anymore, but I still have it, so I still use it. But this shade really reminds me of Luminoso by Milani, so I think that's a great dupe and it's a beautiful color. And then to finish off my makeup, I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier Extreme Velour Lips. I love this lipstick. It's so buttery. It doesn't feel matte, which is great because I hate the feel of matte lipsticks, but it's so easy to work with. It's so buttery and I highly recommend it. So I don't really overdraw my lips. I just kind of just fill them in. But when I mess up, I like to do this trick with concealer. So I take a detail brush with a little bit of concealer and I kind of just outline my lips, kind of like where you would put lip liner. And I shape my lips, especially since I tend to get lipstick all over my face when I apply it. And then just to make sure that everything's cleaned up, I go in with a little bit of powder and I blend it all out with my beauty sponge. Okay, so now I'm gonna just be setting everything in with my Urban Decay De-Sleek Spray, just to make sure everything stays intact all day. And that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and like this video if you like these kinds of videos. I hope everyone's having a great holiday season. Bye!